What's that? It's Hippo Balls coming live from the Hippo Den. It is Hippo himself. Week six. Week six. Season is flying by for better or worse. I am hungover like usual because I had to watch FSU lose to the Pitt Panthers yesterday, which was very disappointing. They were 10.5 point favorites. FSU's officially dead. Norvell needs to be fired. Little Tommy's not as good as he once was. Whole team looks horrible. Defense looks horrible. They're dead. Clemson, UF, both going to be very tough now. Uh, Bowl game not as promised as it once was. Gators also lost to Texas A&M. The Canes look legit. It looks like the Canes own the state for now, which is a bummer. But onwards and upwards, let's go on to who's back. Who's back? We got Peace in the Middle East is back for the first time in a while, which is surprising. No Nobel Prize win for Trump. But it does look like he did it, maybe. Pence just announced this morning that Hamas is about to release a bunch of hostages, and there's a ceasefire going on as part one of Trump's agreement. Trump is on his way to Israel and Egypt now, so looks like he did it. The haters said he couldn't do it, and it looks like he did, and I am one of the haters, but good for Trump. If he does this, amazing, of course, would be very, very good for everyone, and it would be great to have some of the hostages back. So cheers to Trump on that. Next up, we have a horrific football game going on right now. The Jets and the Broncos. It's 11-10. I don't know why I started Garrett Wilson. He has one catch. There's been no passing. The Jets had 1 yard in the first half for a while until like the end of the second quarter. Really, really, really bad football game. But anyways, on to Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau. Yes, Justin Trudeau. Former Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was seen. Well, Anthony Richardson suffered an eye injury during pregame warmups. Okay, that doesn't matter. Justin Trudeau was seen on Katy Perry's yacht, which good for Katy Perry having a yacht, and he has fled Canada, and Canada is very mad about it. He left his wife of 18 years and his 3 kids that he has. He has 2 boys and a daughter, and they're like 13, 16, and 12 or something, and just went to go be with Katy Perry. And Katy Perry, impressive dating list for Katy Perry. Josh Groban, Travie McCoy, my boy. Married Russell Brand for all those years, of course. Orlando Bloom, John Mayer, Diplo, and now Justin Trudeau. So even though I think she's a loser, clearly that's not the case. Happy for Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau, and Canada's down. Columbus Day. Columbus Day is back. President Trump has signed a proclamation declaring, I didn't know it left, but it's back now, has signed a proclamation declaring Monday to be Columbus Day, which I think it was already set to be. In an effort to reclaim what he called the famed explorer's extraordinary legacy of faith, courage, perseverance, and virtue. The proclamation comes after Trump said in a social media post in April that to bring the holiday back from the ashes, he would reinstate Columbus Day under the same rules, dates, and locations as it had for all the many decades before. In recent years, of course, many people have instead celebrated Indigenous Peoples Day, which I'm not doing that either, but to recognize native land and acknowledges the contributions Native Americans have made to the country. After signing the document on Thursday, really funny, Trump said, "We're back, Italians. We love Italians." Moving on to who's dead. Who's dead? Mark Sanchez is dead. I know this is a week old, and I didn't have Pepper Balls last week, but insane story of Mark Sanchez. The day before he's supposed to announce a game in Indianapolis, basically just stumbling the back alley streets, like on bath salts, I assume. Very, very, very drunk and high off who knows what. There's now video footage coming out of him just like stumbling around this area and like going down one street and then running back the street and like doing wind sprints. And then he finds this guy who's like a 69-year-old worker who's going to a restaurant just to like clean out their old oil. And he's like, "You can't park there." And the guy's like, "I'm just the oil guy." And he's like, "What did you say to me?" And he hops in the guy's truck and like starts just like wrestling with this guy. And this guy's like, "What?" And he like pepper sprays. The old guy pepper sprayed Mark Sanchez. Doesn't matter. Mark Sanchez keeps trying to run at him, and he stabs him a bunch of times. And and this guy also got super screwed up. He's getting sued. Mark Sanchez, all of his money gone, job gone, possibly going to jail. Really, 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 really bad day for Mark Sanchez. But this guy has like a huge scar on his cheek, and he's in a neck brace. Is he exaggerating a little bit? Is that attorney about to get super paid too? Yes. But, I mean, he got really banged up. It's crazy that Mark Sanchez would do this. And then there's video of him just, like, stabbed. Mark Sanchez just, like, stumbling around the streets afterward. Really, really, really crazy story. Crazy that he was the aggressor. Everyone thought he got robbed. No. He's the bad guy. Insane story from Mark Sanchez. He's dead. Everyone who bought crypto. Everyone who bought crypto is dead. So me and Bird are dead, even though Bird says he's not dead because he's never dead, but he's dead. Tariffs on Trump announces tariffs on China. And he's announced tariffs 100 million times. But for some reason, he announces tariffs on China this time, and the whole crypto market explodes. Bitcoin goes down, Ethereum goes down, Solana goes down, and all these other stupid pee kaka poo poo coin all go to like zero. And they're all at like $35 or something, and they go to zero immediately, and everyone loses all their money because these guys are gambling like on leverage and stuff. It's weird. There's too much to explain, but everyone lost all their money. $9 billion, I think, or $1 trillion. It was a crazy number. It's the most that's ever happened. It was over the COVID crash. It was over a bunch of other crashes. Everyone got wiped out. Everyone was gambling. These guys are, of course, idiots and made money to begin with off stupid stuff, but still crazy. And then there was a ton of crime because, of course, Trump always tells all his boys right before he's about to announce tariffs, and he's like, "Hey guys, I would sell all this stuff really quick if I were you. I'm about to announce tariffs, and then we can buy back lower prices." So there is 30 minutes before Trump's announcement of 100% tariffs on China, an account that was just opened that morning added a huge multi-million-dollar levered Bitcoin short position, which is where you're like betting times 10 that Bitcoin's going to go down or something, or 100 or 1,000. It's super degenerate stuff. But the market, of course, dumped. The trader made a profit of $192 million in 2 hours, which he then sold. Insane. Clearly insider trading. Clearly super illegal stuff, but it doesn't matter because Trump does it and he does it all the time. Also, that like weird stock company that him and his sons made, the World Liberty Foundation, something, they also sold all their stuff right before. So super sketchy, but I guess good for them, bad for anybody else. Marion Hampton's dead. It seems that that trade may be better for Ben than we had thought, and Gabe may have got a little trigger happy for no reason because he is in a good position in the standings now. It looks like Marion Hampton, they're saying they may hold him out till the bye, which is week 13, which would be good for Ben, which would be very bad for the commish. Diane Keaton is dead at the age of 79. Huge bummer. Really like Diane Keaton. She was in The Godfather, Annie Hall, Father of the Bride, The First Wives Club, Something's Gotta Give. Very sad. Very good actress. Diane Keaton, R.I.P. James Franklin's dead. Penn State head coach has been on the downturn for a while, has not won a big game in years, and lost yesterday as a 22-point favorite to Northwestern. This is, I think, his third loss. He lost to UCLA last week, which was also a huge upset. He's officially dead. No chance that Penn State can keep him. Katie Porter is dead. Pender's former boss, Katie Porter, which I would love to hear some of those stories and see how she feels about it today. But Katie Porter, who was in the lead as the Democratic candidate for governor of California, a bunch of smear campaigns came out, which seemed right because it seems like she's a horrible person. Just a bunch of videos came out of her like getting in interviews and being super chirpy with the interviewer, and she's not going to answer these questions, and I'm getting up, and I don't need to do anything. She just seems like a huge jerk and super entitled, and now she's dead in the race, I think. I don't know who's going to run, but it's not going to be her. She's on this Zoom call, and like one of her interns is like doing her laundry in the background, and she yells at her, like, "Get out of my shot, you idiot," or something. And just bad luck all around for Katie Porter. She's dead. Loyola's Sister Jean, 106 years old, dead. R.I.P. to her. She was, of course, that nice old lady in the wheelchair at the Final Four in 2018 when Loyola went down to the wire and almost won it. So Sister Jean is dead. Who's not back but not dead? Trump. Trump is not back but not dead because he got his COVID booster. And it was announced that he got his COVID booster. He's been telling everyone not to get the COVID booster. He got the COVID booster. He also got his flu shot. Do not as I say, but do not as I do, but do as I say, I guess. Trump got his COVID booster. So do with that what you want. The federal government is shut down, and it seems like it's going to be shut down. I think the longest one was 35 days or something like that. They're averaging right now, the betting markets are going to say this is at least 30 days. The Smithsonian and the National Zoo and a bunch of other places are shut down. No one's getting any money. People are taking out of their savings accounts. So the federal government, not back but not dead. I'm sure they'll eventually figure it out, but both sides are holding out for the time being. Letitia James indicted by the crooked DOJ after some Trump pressure, after he got Comey, of course, indicted. And according to the indictment, James claimed on mortgage paperwork that a home she purchased in Norfolk would be her second residence. That claim allowed her to get favorable loan terms, not available for investment properties. But prosecutors allege James did not use the house and instead rented the property to a family of three. They allege she falsely stated in a loan application that the residence would be a secondary home when they alleged she knew that they would use it as an investment property. According to the indictment, James received a lower mortgage rate on the property as a second mortgage than she would have if she treated it as an investment property. Prosecutors allege James received improper gains of $18,000 over the life of the loan. I mean, this is insane. After the crypto stuff I just told you about, like, what are we doing here? The charges come. He's also pardoning this big other crypto Chinese guy. It doesn't matter, but I'm too deep into the crypto stuff. The charges come as Trump continues to call for his enemies to be persecuted in court. Of course, this is after former FBI Director James Comey pleaded not guilty Wednesday to allegedly making a false statement in a congressional proceeding. And the Department of Justice has also opened investigations into former Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton, California Democratic Senator Adam Schiff, and others. James's relationship with Trump had been adversarial for years, as James campaigned on promises to investigate Trump and ultimately won a civil fraud case against Trump, his adult sons, and his real estate business. Judge found them liable for fraud for inflating the value of their properties and ordered Trump to pay $355 million in penalties. But a New York appeals court tossed the penalties, and Trump has appealed the verdict. Next up on Who's Not Back But Not Dead, Derek Groves. New Orleans jail escapee, Derek Groves, the last of 10 escapees, had made it as far as he could, got snitched on by his girlfriend. He got into a fight with his girlfriend. Can't trust him. 5-month manhunt for this guy, and he's living, they show where he's living. He's like living in this basement. Like when they captured, I think it was Bin Laden. I'm pretty sure it was Bin Laden where he like lived in that basement and had just like a bunch of ramen noodle cups and like porn and weird stuff and like just looked gross, and he was just living in that. That's where Derek Groves was. Derek Groves was in that same hole. And he was living there, and I guess he finally got in a big fight with his girlfriend, and the girlfriend calls the cops and gets him arrested. Bummer for Derek Groves. He almost made it. Not back, but not dead. Going back to jail in New Orleans. Diddy is not back, but not dead. 4 years for Sean Combs, was sentenced by a federal judge to 50 months in prison. The 55-year-old music mogul was convicted in July on 2 counts of transportation for prostitution, but acquitted on more serious charges of sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy. Overall, he beat the big charges. The RICO charges would have put him in jail for life. Do I think he's probably getting slapped a little harder than he should? Yeah, but, I mean, he dodged a lot of bullets here, and you got to take the 4 years. And he'll be out in, like, 2, probably. So, it is what it is. Are they making an example of him? Yes. Look, this photo. Hilarious. Him like, oh, no. He gave a speech in court after, allegedly, and he was like, I'm really sorry. And they're like, that doesn't matter. This is Sister Jean. R.I.P. Goat. And then, last one. Here's Justin Trudeau on the yacht. Look at that. Found love in a hopeless place. Show of the week. I don't know. I just watched this monster show from the American Horror Story people, Ed Gein, Monster, on Hulu. It's with Charlie Hunman from Sons of Anarchy. Is it good? No, it's not that good. If you're into serial killers, it's okay. Enjoyable-ish. Ed Gein, Monster Story on Hulu. That's man, this game is so bad. I would say Rams -7 at Ravens. Ravens have what's his name, not whoever that guy is starting at QB, and the whole defense is injured. Give me the Rams -7. I kind of like Cowboys Panthers over 47.5. I don't want to take the Dolphins this game, but Chargers are very banged up. I like over 44.5. I also like Dolphins team total over. Lastly, let's see what we got. Give me Lions money line against the Chiefs tonight. I think Lions are a better team. Okay, well, that's all I got. Enjoy your Sunday.